Hello everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Into the Unknown. We are standing here on the top of the quarter pyramid we built last episode, but before we continue this build and continue with the story, we have something else to do. As promised, today we are going to build a farm. This farm provides us with the gold we need to continue our story, but we will come to this later. And it will provide us with a lot of XP so we can easily repair our tools, because builds like these, they just chew your tools. So let's get started. I've chosen this location here. It's important that you choose the nether waste biome, because there the zombified piglin spawn the most. And I've chosen this particular location because, as you can see, there's another layer on top, and below there's a huge lava lake, so we don't have to do a lot of spawn proofing to get good rates. But of course we aren't going to build this farm here in the nether, but on top of the nether roof, so let's get there. It's actually pretty close to a portal. You can see it right there. Hello, nether sheep. Now I'm here on the nether roof, where we will build this farm, and it doesn't look like anything right now, but let's get started. And I will build this farm from the bottom up, so we will start with the storage system. More specifically, the item sorters. These filters will filter out the gold bars and gold nuggets, so we can craft them up and use them, and all the junk just flows into a cactus in the end. I have made my way to this beautiful ice spikes biome. You might be wondering, why did he do this? And it's quite simple. We need the ice so the items can slide on top of the ice next to the hoppers and can get easily picked up. In the nether it's quite complicated with item sorting systems because you can't use the usual component, water. But this right here is still the easy part. Let's grab ourselves some ice and build the blocks on which the items will flow along. I am building all of this out of shroom lights, and so no other mobs can spawn on here. Now the fun and complicated part starts. At this point, it's time to get credit to Gnembon, who designed this farm and made a great video on how to build it. I will link it in the description below. Before we continue with the next steps, we first need to gather some resources. For example, cobwebs, or as Gnembon calls them, item aligners and item stackers. For the next resource, we are right here in this dangerous swamp, and we need to find some slimes, so we can make some slime blocks. And while we're here, we might as well take some bee nests, because we need them for the honey farm. Oh no, my inventory's full. Ah! Whew. The zombies saved the bee nest by picking it up. And of course I made some more friends on the way. And you can stay right here in this village. You just be good boys. I have now collected 5 bee nests, and to see if we actually have 3 bees inside each bee nest, I have built this small room here, where we can put the bee nests down and breed them with these rose bushes, if necessary. And when we have 3 bees flying around, we can just block the entrance with this trapdoor, so they can only go in and can't go back out. Baby bees are just so sweet. So here we are again in my test world. Honey farms are actually quite simple to build. The bees from the bee nest will come out, pollinate on these rose bushes, and then fly back into the nest and bring the honey there. The comparator here in the back will detect how much honey is in the bee nest, and the dispenser will dispense an empty glass bottle onto the bee nest if the bee nest is full enough. The hoppers underneath will then transport the honey bottles away, and the hopper row on top fills up the dispensers with new empty bottles. You have to be careful that you always have glass bottles in every slot of the dispenser, because if you don't have empty bottles filling up all the spaces, the dispenser will pick up the bottles you want the hopper to pick up. So we will have honey bottles in the top. I'm using this piston with the trapdoor, the same mechanic I used for breeding the bees, so I can activate it with a lever and shut the farm down or turn it back on. So I can reduce lag, because all the bees flying around will cause some lag with my computer. So let's copy this farm onto the real world. I now have used all the 5 bee nests for these 5 farms. They are all nicely collected with a hopper line, so I only have 2 chests, 1 input and 1 output chest, and I can turn it on and off with a lever. Let's finish the item collection system. I made sure to spawn-proof everything here, but the shulker box is just too tempting for the zombie pigman. And he doesn't even care. I can open it, and he's flying around. Okay. To get the pigmen from the spawning platforms into the farm, we will use turtle eggs. Because zombie pigmen, for whatever reason, are angry at turtle eggs and want to destroy them. So we will lure them in with the turtle eggs, and of course we have to get some turtle eggs first. And turtles have some interesting breeding mechanics. If you feed them, they will swim back to the beach where they spawned and lay eggs there. So I will just stand around here, feed turtles, and watch them dig and lay their eggs. Before I will finally build the platforms, I will set up the item filters. I will use 2 for gold ingots and 7 for golden nuggets. This just depends on the rates at which the items drop. I'm using magma blocks for the platforms, because only zombified piglins can spawn on them in these areas, and we will block the ghasts by having glass on top and having the layers only 2 blocks apart from each other, so ghasts don't have enough space to spawn. This is how the item collection system works. The items will be aligned in these cobwebs and fall down, and the blocks will push them to the middle, and they will fall down 1 block each time they push in. When they reach the bottom, the honey block will push them in front of the ender chest, so because the honey block and the ender chests are both no full blocks, the items lay mostly on top of the ice, but will still hit the hoppers and will get picked up. The slime block will then shoot the items across, so they slide on the ice, the hoppers will pick up the items we want to filter out, and the rest, mostly rotten flesh and golden swords, will land in the cactus and will be destroyed. final block, and it's done. Let's look at what we have created. This is an absolutely massive gold farm, and it's highly efficient and has high rates, and it just looks awesome. I have implemented this switch, so I can choose whether it's completely AFK, or if I want the XP, I can switch it off so they don't die from the fall damage. And the rates when I stand down here are of course not so great, because I haven't spawn-proofed the nether below, but we will get to that, but not in this episode. Gathering magma blocks is actually quite fun, because they're easy to mine and quite easy to find at lava level in the nether. It is just satisfying insta-mining. And I've got an advancement too. We have got a lot of things done, and got a very nice gold farm set up now, so we are ready to continue the story in the next episode. And hopefully you all tune in 2 weeks again. I'll see you. Have a nice time until then.